that's cheating. No. It's time to take a wild ride back to the past. Sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of Relay. Guess what today is? Today is the 30th anniversary of the Sega Mega Drive. Unbelievable. I have my Sega Mega Drive, my Sega Genesis running right here. Sonic the Hedgehog, see what a classic game that is. Today we're just going to be taking a look at some of my collection right here. I have plenty of Sega Genesis games right here. Check this out. We have plenty of different Sega Genesis games right here. My collection is not quite as big as, let's say, the Immortal John Hancock. But yeah, I have a nice little collection right here. I have some hidden gems. I'm going to point out some of my favorite games here for the Sega Mega Drive. As you can see, my Sega Mega Drive is playing right there, aka the Sega Genesis. And check out this awesome Sega poster from the Sega Genesis era. Look at that, Sonic the Hedgehog. Alright, so some of my favorite games right here, pretty much all these games, the reason why I own them. Comic Zone is an awesome game. Alter Beast, definitely I can pop that in and play that anytime. Echo the Dolphin, definitely a nice visual demonstration of how nice the Sega Genesis is. Nice fast-paced graphics, but very beautiful looking graphics at the same time. Look at that. We got Golden Axe, we got Golden Axe 2. I used to own Golden Axe 3 on the Mega Drive, the Japanese Mega Drive. I no longer have my Japanese Mega Drive, unfortunately. I definitely will try to hunt one down. Ghouls and Ghosts, definitely an awesome game. This is definitely a great Halloween hidden gem right here. Since Halloween is tomorrow, this is the game you should be playing right here. Haunting, starring the Poacher guy. This game is freaking awesome. And I've actually played this game several times here on Gaming Palooza. So if you look up that game in my on my channel, you'll probably see 2 or 3 videos of that game. Kid Chameleon, what a great game that is. That game is awesome. I also got Landstalker for the Sega Genesis. It's sort of like an RPG style game. Got Marvel Land. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker right there. That game is awesome. We got Mercs right here. That game, I actually do enjoy playing this game time to time. I love the box art on this. It so reminds me of an Atari 2600 game. Just look at that. That is awesome. Very, very awesome box art. Got our standard Tengen Miss Pac-Man game right here. I'm always a big fan of playing Pac-Man games. I actually play Pac-Man Championship 1 and 2 currently right now on Steam. We got Phantasy Star 3 right here, still in the box. I'm not a big RPG fan, but I bought that simply to add that into my collection. Ranger X. Pretty good, fast-paced, awesome shooter type game. I mean, look at this. This game looks pretty awesome. Look at that. And then we got the also famous Rocket Knight Adventures. Check that out. Now this one was kind of hard to find. Saturday Night Slam Masters. I own both the Super Nintendo and the Genesis version. Now there is some differences. As you can see right there, right away, you have a some sort of death match in the Genesis version. The Genesis does what Nintendo don't. And then of course we have the Subterranea game right there. This is a hidden gem. A nice graphical masterpiece right here. It's a shooter game, but it has very nice visuals in it. I love to pop in just to look at the game. The game looks awesome. Then we have the Super Hang-On, and what I like about the box art, it has that nice raster, old school graphics. Look at that. Even the end label has that. Look at that, it's awesome. And the nice looking speed of the motorcycle right there. And of course, we can't own the Sega Genesis without talking about the fighters. The Sega Genesis controller is perfect for fighting games. Not sure if I have the controller. I have one of these guys out right here. That's actually a fighter stick. I actually used that for my Atari 2600 Junior up there. But yeah, Genesis is excellent for fighting games. And then you have Sonic Spinball, the not so popular Sonic game, but I highly enjoy it. Definitely one of my favorite time-wasting Genesis games. I love to pop this in every once in a while and play Sonic Spinball. One of my favorite pinball games of all time. I got Sonic 1, 2 Sonic 2s, Sonic 3. I actually have 3 copies of Sonic 2. One of them is actually inside the machine right now. And you can see my 32X. Now, one thing that was nice about the Sega Genesis is that it was future-proof. So Sega purposely designed this to handle the Sega CD, the Sega 32X, and whatever else they were planning. They did that on purpose because the Super Nintendo and the Super Famicom were not future-proof. And then here is a great example of blast processing. Look at that. That is freaking fast. Holy crap. And then we have Sonic and Knuckles right here still in the box. Sonic 3D Blast. I definitely like the Sega Saturn version better, but most people prefer the Sega Genesis version. And of course, these 3 classics right here at the end. Definitely some of my 3 favorite Sega Genesis games of all time. Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage 2, which for some reason is over here at the end. I'm not sure why that happened. And Streets of Rage 3 right there. And again, get awesome box art. Look at that. Let's look at number 2 right here. Let's check this out. Streets of Rage 2. Look at the box art on that. Not for resale. Guess you can't resell that box art right there. And we got Streets of Rage Part 1. 1 player and 2 player. So yeah, celebrate 30 years of the Sega Mega Drive and the Sega Genesis. Yeah, look at that. Blast processing. Sega does when Nintendo don't. And also, down below I left a link for the Immortal John Hancock, because he also shared his memories on the Sega Genesis. So don't forget to check that out down below. I love watching his videos. He has very awesome retro gaming. He has a huge library of games, literally everything. Down below, check that link out. He has an awesome video on the Sega Mega Drive.